So good morning to all of you. I welcome each and every one of you for our day four, um, day fourth of our training, online training, success master class, personality development with soft skill training. So this is a fourth day. Today we have most respected resource person, Dr. Rajiv Barua, serving as an associate professor, Extension Education Institute, Assam Agriculture University, Jorhat, Assam. Sir, I welcome you, sir, for our this IDP NAHIP funded this online training, particularly for the students and most of the professionals. And this program has been organized for 7 days soft skill development, basically for the students and all these even the job seekers and to benefit of this. And I would like to say that there are more than 720 people they have registered, and they were attending through Zoom as well as YouTube. And dear participant, I would like to introduce our today's resource person. He served as an assistant professor in Department of Extension Education, College of Agriculture, AAU, Jorhat, Assam. Recently, Dr. Rajiv Barua sir is serving as an associate professor, Extension Education Institute, Assam Agriculture University, Jorhat, Assam. And also she have experience of 31 years in teaching and extension and research, and worked in Krishi Vigyan Kendra, ICR Meghalaya. He has conducted more than 100 trainings for all around development of human resources. So without delaying much time, I request sir to deliver this topic on soft skills for effective future service. Sir, I'll hand over the platform to you. Now you can start the session, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Respected coordinator, Dr. P. Raja, and all the esteemed faculty members who are present online, and also all the participants, all our dear students who are attending this program. I'd like to greet you all from Extension Education Institute, Jorhat. And I like to actually express my gratitude for giving me this privilege to virtually come back to Pasighat, where I have been several times at the invitation of respected Hazarika sir and earlier B.R. Fukan. Both of them were my seniors in our college. And then right now also I was contacted by the organizers of this program, particularly Dr. Victoria in person, who was once upon a time my former pupil. I like to first of all share my screen. I'll just try. Is it visible? Raja Sahab, is it visible? Is my slide visible?
Sir, you have to select the PPT. No, sir, that window is visible.
Okay. I have selected
only the window is visible, sir. Slide is not visible.
Slide is
you have
not
to click
visible.
on the slide. First open it, sir.
Yeah, I think, is it open? No.
No, sir. That window is, sir,
this.
No, you have to, sir, you have to stop sharing and then you have to click on the PowerPoint. After opening, click on the PowerPoint.
I'm okay. So it's not yet done, no? Maybe I'll
now it's okay, sir.
Is it now okay? Can you see?
Yes, now it is visible. Sir, please click the slide view mode.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Sir, slide view mode.
Yeah. Okay.
Just you can. Yeah.
It's done, no? Okay.
Sir, please click the slide view. Slide view mode, sir.
I did it. I have done it. I see it is a full screen. In fact, is it visible? No, it's not in full.
No, sir. Actually, for us, it's not visible, sir.
Okay.
Full screen not visible.
Is it now done?
Yes, sir. You have to start the full screen view and then you have to share it. Then it will be.
Okay. I have again. It's coming. Stop
The
share.
full screen not coming, sir.
Full screen is not coming. I'll I think take my help of my IT fellow.
Yes, sir. Sir, first you can stop sharing.
We are mostly using Cisco Webex and Google Meet. So I'm not very well versed with this. I'll just take the help of someone.
Okay.
Just hold on for some time. Jadi, aku mana screen sharing to side this na.
Okay, sir. Sir, I will also.
Yeah. Please tell me. Yes. You're speaking something?
Sir, I will also guide you. You can open your PPT and then, sir, I'll guide you, sir.
I have.
Sir, you can open your PPT and start the slideshow view, and then you press the window button. After that, press the window button, and then you can click the share screen. Then full screen will be showing. There are two options will be there. Now it has come, sir.
It has come? Is that come?
It has come.
The next screen also is full screen? Is it done?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for
full screen.
Thank you. Yeah. It is full screen, no? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So I take this privilege to speak regarding the soft skills needed for effective future service. So this is a topic which has been assigned to me. I think it has been also reframed as soft skills for future professionals. So maybe you can take it in that line also. So I'm pretty sure that all of us, 72 of us, we are here. We may be aware of what are softwares and hardwares, and similarly, soft skills and hard skills. We first of all need to distinguish between both of them, and therefore, I take this privilege to share a few of the most important soft skills which are required, in our professional services. I'm sure all those who are attending are going to be aspirants for good positions, and you'll be officers or executives somewhere, you'll be team leaders somewhere, you'll be administrators somewhere, you may be also as serving as extension professionals, extension functionaries, extension officers, or maybe entrepreneurs yourselves. So what is nowadays important is, it has been said that most individuals acquire hard skills from primary school to university to be technically or professionally qualified. Most of you are now enrolled in some undergraduate, or I hope some PG students are also here. I'm not sure about that, but then you can give me your identities if required in your chat boxes. Okay. Thank you for helping me with the different messages that already I have seen. So I like to tell you that soft skills are rarely taught in academic curriculums. To be able to work effectively, which often demands one to work in a team and be a good team player. We mostly know that whenever we are going to be working someday, we are equipped with some technical skills, some competencies we have developed, perhaps as agriculture professionals, horticulture professionals, or forestry professionals, or whatever. And these are normally because of the academic curriculum that we are having in our undergraduate programs or postgraduate programs, or even in the PhD. So from primary school to university level, we may be studying about physics, chemistry, biology, botany, zoology, whatever. And hardly we get a chance to actually learn about soft skills. Nowadays, the education policy has realized that they have included few life skills which are similar to the soft skills. But I think the previous generation, right from our days of old men like me and even for some middle-aged people, we hardly got some kind of exposure in our academic curriculum regarding soft skills. So I appreciate the organizers of this program that you're focusing on these important skills that are required in our professional careers, in our aspirational pursuits, so that we can be ready with these. And then many a times during the interview itself, many interviewers they actually assess these soft skills. So I'm just trying to tell you about these skills which are the most important in our career. The fact is that soft skills are the most important skills for your career. They are the skills that are difficult to systemize or automate. They are skills that define leadership and creativity. So in our interviews, I have seen a session being kept for effective performance in interviews. I think it has been already held. So this is the fourth session, perhaps, where I'm talking about soft skills, which are so important that will determine your level of leadership and also creativity. Because these days, most of the employers they seek leadership skills, and more or less, even during the student days, there are few individuals, there are few students, there are few volunteers, because I'm also looking after the NSS program here. In the NSS itself, we identify many of the say leadership traits in some students, and therefore we know that they will be doing pretty well in later on. See, for example, I can tell you about one of the guys, one of our students who recently got last 30th January, he joined the IMA, Indian Military Academy, after qualifying from the CDS, Combined Defense Services. And in that services, what I talked to him on the 31st of January, that he arrived there, said, we just got a lot of benefit from various sessions regarding soft skills and many of the opportunities that were provided to us during the National Service Scheme classes. And this is it actually, the leadership traits that he had. And he had attended one uh, adventure camp in Dirang in Arunachal Pradesh, and that also gave him a big, boost actually for cracking that exam and then finding a place in the 39th position in the CDS, and then he will, after just passing out, he'll become a lieutenant in the army. So I also like to tell you all that in our from our university, about 5 or 6 of them have now joined the army. So this is, of course, not the priority area for which we train our students, but then we want that our students should be maybe in the administrative services, in the police services, in the forest services, or whatever national level services, in the agriculture research services. So this is how the leadership and creativity, they would never go in vain, and then the soft skills are one of the very important areas. So soft skills are those behavioral skills that are difficult to measure, but keep a person at peace and others too, and make himself or herself a good team player. These days, people are telling that we should be good team players. What makes a good team player? It is the possession of few very crucial soft skills, which some people call as life skills, that distinguish a person from a bad team player to a good team player. So, in order to possess that good team player's qualities, we need to possess these, uh, say, soft skills. This is the reason why I'm just talking about. So, I just wanted to highlight about what is actually teamwork. When we talk about soft skills, we have to definitely also consider about teamwork, and we have to realize one thing, that we can never work in isolation. See, I'm working in an extension education institute right now, and I started my career in Krishi Vigyan Kendra in Tura. in Meghalaya. And before that, of course, I also was working in a few other organizations where we were working as teams. And I had a team leader whom I have to actually be cooperative. I have to be obedient to him. I have to be soft spoken to him. I have to be polite with him. All these are some qualities which I learned even by paying some expenses also. Some pay expenses not in terms of money, but by having some experiences, some disappointing experiences also. But once we know that there is a teamwork that we have to do, we have to always work in a team, and we have to now also in the EI we are having another program, a similar program on work ethics and work values and all that. So that way we feel that this is a teamwork, and another team is working there in another conference hall, and I'm taking this session. The teamwork is becoming more commonly used and widely accepted as a way to increase productivity in the workplace. Let us realize this. According to many authors, we are seeing a rapid growth in the use of cross-functional, multidisciplinary teams. It is not only just teams, but cross-functional, multidisciplinary teams. For example, in our College of Horticulture and Forestry, it is not just only horticulture people who will be teaching, but there are other disciplines who have to definitely support at equal level, or even sometimes even a higher level, to make that team or to make that workplace successful. Okay, and we need from juniors to seniors, from staff members to officers, and therefore it's so important that we have to work in multidisciplinary teams. In Atma, Agriculture Technology Management Agency, Atma, for example, many of your ex students, many of your seniors, those of you who are students here, I'm telling the students, many of your seniors are now working in the Atma, from where they come for training here, or we have been providing online training for them in last few months because of the health situation. So in that also they are having multidisciplinary. When they are preparing the SREP, the Strategic Research and Extension Plan, they need to go as a multidisciplinary team, as an agronomist, or horticulturist, soil scientist, entomologist, plant protection person, or agri-engineering person, all of them, animal husbandry people, sericulture people, fishery scientists, all have to work together. So, for example, they say one third of the American company, I'm talking about American because they're very professionals. One third of the American companies with 50 or more employees have more than half of their employees working in self-managed or problem-solving teams. They try to form teams so that they can solve some problems or manage themselves better. So displaying teamwork skills is crucial for individuals searching for employment. And this, I think, point goes to all of you also, that it's important that we have to definitely display a good team spirit, therefore. So the most important team work skill is the ability to communicate effectively. Interpersonal communication. I think already you have had a session with Madhusmita madam regarding interpersonal communication, and then also other communication, your official communication, personal communication, verbal communication, whatever written communication. So communication is one of the soft skill, most important one you can say. This includes speaking knowledgeably, tactfully, candidly, as well as listening actively with an open mind. Listening is also another soft skill. Let us keep it in mind that everyone cannot listen very promptly or very keenly. So this is also another skill. So our other teamwork skills or traits that correlate with group achievement, including commitment to the team, making decisions with objectivity and discipline, thinking intelligently and rigorously, ability to support other team members' ideas, being humble and grounded, and most important, being unafraid to get involved. So this is the last paragraph which I am telling about. These are some mixes where we try to be intelligent or smart enough to utilize these skills at the much needed moment, much needed time. during the whole day or whole month, we may have different kinds of experiences, different types of situations, so different types of people, different types of clients with whom we actually interact. So that way we have to utilize our team's work skills so that we can try to be successful in our career and also have peace in our mind. And that is also another important thing. There are some people who are very intelligent and they are very suppose competent, but they cannot work in good as a good team player. And eventually, what happens is they may have some kind of lack of peace, lack of satisfaction, lack of mental, stability. A lot of stress is created unnecessarily because of certain conflicts with other team members. So these all things they do matter in our life. Going to the next slide. If you have any questions, I like to just request you kindly to just ask me, unmute yourself and ask me. So I am just going to highlight few most important soft skills. So the first 10 are, as I said, communication. Communication means it is a broader term: personal communication, interpersonal communication, verbal communication, written communication. Second is commitment. What kind of a commitment we are having towards ourselves, to our organizations, to our teams, to our nation. All the things they come in commitment. Third is decision making, the ability to make decisions, the ability to make smart decisions quickly, promptly. You can't keep some decisions pending for a long time. So decision making is another important, and then this is sometimes assessed by different self testing mechanisms also. Fourth is delegation. You are getting one responsibility. Do you delegate it to others? Or you say that no, everything I'll do it. There are some individuals who say that no, I'll manage, don't worry, I'll do it. And later on, what happens is that that person will not be able to deliver. That person will not be able to actually complete this job uh, in a correct manner. So this is delegation. Delegation means how can you actually delegate your work? You can divide your work to someone. You can always entrust it to someone. You have to trust people. We have to learn how to trust people and also give some of our jobs to them so that they can do it on behalf of me and on behalf of us. Fifth important soft skill is authority. Are you taking that authority that has been given to you? Or are you getting that authority? Are you exercising the authority that is given to you? As a student of the college, certain small authority you are having. And suppose you are the gymnasium secretary and you are looking after the gym. So how far are you actually exercising that authority as a secretary, as a leader? That is also important. Sixth is support. Do get support or provide support to some people. How can you provide support to some people? That supporting attitude is required, that attitude. So help, these are some qualities as well as soft skills. There are some skills. So both are mixed together. Some qualities make these skills much easier to actually execute. Seventh one is helping and guiding. How helpful are you? How well do you guide? I have seen many helpful people in your campus also, in our campus also. Whenever I go there earlier, for the first time I had gone there, and near the gate I met 2, 3 girl students. So I said, which side shall I go to the guest house? They helped me, and then they wanted to actually even accompany me and show me the guest house. That was, I think, 10 years back when I went to the guest house for the first time. And then this is the kind of attitude that you can see. And then that brings the ambience in the university. For example, in our near the gate, in our agriculture university gate in Jorhat, I don't know how many of you have been to our campus. Many farmers, they will be blind. They will be sometimes need some guidance. I wanted to get my soil tested. Where should I go? So that attitude has to be there. I may not be able to take them to the soil science department. I can tell them, you go this way straight, go left, and the soil science department is there. You can go and meet someone. If you know someone, you give the name also. So this is helping and guiding. Everyone doesn't help or guide, and everyone cannot take the help and guide. But I have seen in my own age, in my mature age, I can tell you now, old age, that whenever we seek some help, whenever we seek some guidance, people do give. Generally, people are very helpful and they do guide. Persuading. Number 8 is persuading. How good are you at persuading others? Your fellow team member, your colleague, your classmate. Can you persuade him or her to do something which you so desire that person to be doing? So persuasion. That for that we need some time for others also. In the soft skills, we will see that in me most of this thing doesn't happen on its own. We need little bit of efforts. We need little bit of positive attitude to be persuading someone, and for that we need little bit of time. For helping and guiding also we need, but it is not so expensive that a lot of time will be taking for that. Number 9, participating and suggesting. Whenever there is a task for the team, for you, we need to have develop a habit that we participate, we suggest. So I have seen that there are now 94 of us attending this program, all are participating and suggesting. And I know that there may be some people you may not be needing it so much, but then you are participating, and this is the sense of solidarity. We can exhibit to others, and people feel good. The organizers also will be feeling good. I'm also feeling good that many of you are here listening to me. And number 10 is listening. Therefore, listening is an art. Listening is a skill. Listening is a gift from God. We are having 2 years to hear. God has given 2 years to almost all of us. And each and every normal human being will be having 2 years to hear. But listening is hearing with attention. And listening is something which we need to note down. What is the purpose of that communication someone is giving, or what is the attitude behind which this message is being given to us? What is the intention, overall intention? All these are the 10 first soft skills that I spoke about, and next another 12 of them I'm telling you. The 11th number is a difficult soft skill, which is sacrifice. And I'm sure this is not so difficult. Many people, they sacrifice. See, as involved in the NSS from many years now, I can tell you that many young students, many NSS volunteers, they come out to sacrifice even their blood donation. I'm sure many of you are here who have donated blood, and this is also another soft skill. And sacrificing in the workplace is another one. That there are only suppose 3 chairs, and there are 4 of us who have to sit now. But we are adjustable to at least 2 or 3 can sit together or something like that. Sacrificing one opportunity for others, and this will be actually a positive investment. I tell you. One theory was there, the emotional bank balance. I don't know how many of you have heard about Stephen Covey. Stephen Covey is one of the famous writers who has written the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and he came out with another book, The Eighth Habit. And in his books, he has written that sacrifice. In another terminology, he may not be using as sacrifice, but he is telling that we need to have that sense of sacrifice. Little bit of sacrifice, if we can do for others, the human life will be much better. Number 12 is sharing. Sharing and sacrifice, they go together almost. It is a brother and sister of each other. The sharing, the sense of sharing our say comfort, sharing our facilities with someone. This is important. Number 13 is language. What kind of language am I using? Am I using some language which I'm instructing someone, or am I requesting someone? Am I ordering someone, or am I humbly just entrusting someone? So those are the languages that we can go on using. We are having better words, more humble and polite words for communication. And using the right kind of language is another soft skill, therefore. Even while writing on application, how tactfully, how politely we can place it is another important thing. Therefore, language. And another, for number 14 is body language. What kind of body language are we having? The body language, it definitely sometimes also, exhibits the ego, the high ego that someone may be having. And ego, as you know, ego means exclude God out. Someone said EGO, E for exclude, G for God, O for out. Exclude God out. As if you are, God is all the time in our bodies. We all believe. But then when our body language is egoistic, then it will be actually you are exiting or say excluding God out of our bodies. Number 15 is hard work versus smart work. All of us, we need to do hard work. But at the same time, I tell you, our director, who always follows a lot of soft skills, and he always encourages soft skills within the team. Who is sitting just in my next room. He says that don't go for hard work. I don't want someone toiling till 7 o'clock in my office. Do smart work. Finish it in time. Don't carry home any work. Do smart work. And when you say smart means you have to know how to do it in an effective manner within that possible resources that are provided to you, within the possible time that is given to you. Time is also a very important resource. So hard work versus smart work, these both of them are also soft skills. Number 16 is motivation. Motivation, first of all, this motivation is intrinsic motivation that we have to do it ourselves. Our internal motivation can also motivate others. If we motivate ourselves better, we can motivate others also. Number 17 is leadership. Number 17 is leadership. We have to show our leadership. And this leadership many times come with the initiative. Okay, we'll be talking about the last point, that is initiative. But then here I'm telling you, this leadership, if some responsibility is there, you try to grab it. Nobody will force you to take the responsibility, but you need to exhibit the leadership, take the responsibility and exhibit your leadership. Number 18, conflict management. If there are some conflicting issues arising in one of the teams, we'll always see that we can manage that conflict amicably so that there is a win-win situation which can prevail and the conflict is managed properly. And many a times you will see in your professional lives later on that there will be so many conflict management issues which may arise, conflict issues may come up. So we have to manage that conflict with our own negotiation skills. How we can negotiate, how we can have some kind of amicable settlement. Okay. There was once upon a time what happened. There was one silly kind of a issue which arose in our college week. Okay, let me tell you about that. The college week results were being best hostel is declared actually. Okay. At the end of the college week, the best hostel is declared. And there were two hostels who were almost scoring similar, almost same. It was the one was getting suppose 50 points, another was also getting 50 points, and there was one deciding game. That was the tug of war. In the tug of war, there was some kind of error. In one side there were about 21, another side there were 20, which the judges had not actually seen and counted. And what happened? The group which had 21 actually won the tug of war, and ultimately the score became 51, and another was 50. And there was a big fight amongst the hostel mates. Both the hostels. Hostel inmates were fighting with each other, and our respected my dean, not the present dean, another dean was there during that time. He called me that you have to come, please, and settle this issue. I was not, of course, in um, any kind of a tug of war or any kind of game committee, but we went there And then my dean said that you please specify these young fellows from two, both were boys hostels. And eventually, when we listened to them, they said, no, they had 21 people. So 21 people, that's why they won, something like that. Then we realized that there was some kind of error in the judgment. And eventually I asked Dean sir that, can we announce joint winners as the best hostel? Okay, fine. I said, okay, both are win. The another hostel is telling, no, we are the number one actually. But I said, no problem here. Let us share this best hostel award with both the hostels. And eventually the conflict was managed. So win-win situation. Win-win situation is always best for conflict management. Number 19 is entrepreneurial skills. Entrepreneurial skills, each and every one of us, we are having some entrepreneurial skills. We may be having those hidden entrepreneurial skills, which many a times we don't realize actually. So we need to exhibit them. We need to exercise them, and eventually we should be able to, be uh, utilizing them maybe for even opening our own enterprises. These days, these are the days of startups. I hope all of you know that there is a agri incubation center in our university. I think it may be there also in your college, in our university. And in this, what we do is we are trying to encourage, scout out some of the entrepreneurial individuals, and then try to also brush up their entrepreneurial skills so that they can do a better business, maybe agri business or whatever. So eventually, entrepreneurial skills are also hidden soft skills which each and every person can possess. And I tell you that even if you are not wanting to be a full-time entrepreneur, even though you may be working in some organization, definitely the entrepreneurial skills will be useful. So these entrepreneurial skills need to be brushed up. Think of some unique kind of enterprise which you may have aptitude for. And when I say aptitude, aptitude means having that attitude plus the ability. You are apt at that. So aptitude, it is the entrepreneurial skills are a sort of aptitude which we need to nurture them and then maybe utilize them, or you can even pass on to your siblings or to even your parents. I have seen, for example, you'll be glad to know that we are having a college of horticulture here, and there was one graduate and who was also interacting with me. Sir, after my graduation, I would like to open one nursery for plant flowers and all that. I said, yes, very good. What should I do for that? I said, you are expecting some financial support from anybody? It's not like that, sir, but just how do I go ahead? I said, you prepare a business plan and try to sort out where you will keep it, how you are going to maintain the accounts, where will you actually, what is your target market area, who are the customers, target customers, and all those kind of things. And you will be happy to know that he actually opened this nursery, and eventually he got a job because he's having high soft skills. He got a job in some company. He has gone to serve in this company, and then his nursery is still there, and his mother is now running this nursery very smoothly, very successfully. So these are some entrepreneurial skills that some people can definitely, always nurture and then pass it on to also others. Number 20 is observation. Observation, I tell you, is one skill which everyone doesn't have in equal level. All these skills are not equally available with all individuals. But the sense of observation is a gift from God to each and every individual who has got two eyes, 2 ears, one tongue, one nose, and whatever, all the senses. So observation is a gift from God. How keenly someone can observe, how keenly someone can observe and learn some kind of competencies, it is the capability of that individual. Now, as many of us are here, we have to utilize this observation, particularly the students. There sometimes are some kind of criticisms that our agri graduates or horticulture graduates are sometimes not so well competent with some of the practical tasks. But then veterinary people, they don't have that kind of a criticism, or maybe fishery people also, they don't have much of this criticism. But many of these suppose vegetative propagation methods and those kind of many soil testing skills or whatever, sometimes they may be lacking. But it is primarily because of our practical skills. Sometimes they lack. We become better theoreticians, and we sometimes lack this many of the practical skills, because what happens is that we do not sometimes observe keenly and try to learn the techniques which are there. So for learning certain skills, definitely the observation is very important, and all these soft skills also can be observed from others. Many of the individuals whom you will see that have been successful have possessed very good soft skills. So observation is one of the soft skill which is important, as I said. And number 21, innovation. These days, innovation is being say encouraged in each and every one. Each and every person needs to be innovative. Whatever we are doing, we may do it in an innovative manner. So there are some countries where, for example, Japan. In Japan, they utilize innovations developed by even second year, third year fellows. And I heard about one of the companies in Mumbai. They are paying 100 rupees per 1 hour for college students, and they have a meeting each week. One company is there. So any innovations you are having, please come and give us. For 1 hour, you will be getting 100 rupees, and they share. And for a big company, even spending 10,000 rupees is no problem. But if they got two or three kind of good ideas, which are as maybe as innovations, it could be creating a big, impact in their businesses. So they recruit those kind of people, and then when they just pay 100 rupees and as a pocket money, or just for meeting a few fellows, intelligent, smart fellows, they'll go and join. So that was what a few years back I heard, because I had my education in Maharashtra, and I met one fellow who was studying here. And I went to one of the sessions there. I was invited, and I went there, and then I shared this. And this guy who attended one of our entrepreneurship development program, he has stayed back here from Maharashtra, from Nashik, and he stayed back in Jorhat, and he's continuing his entrepreneurship, because his father was having one grocery shop, and he's into tea business now, and he's uh, uh, continuing with this business in the innovative mode. Okay, the 21 is that one, and the 22nd one, but not the last one. I'm just giving only most important soft skill is initiative. What kind of initiative do you take in life? Do you take some initiative whenever there is some work which is pending there? Do you take some initiative? This is one thing. Excuse me for a few moments. Let me get over the book. Okay, so these were the most important soft skills. If anybody wants to add anything, you're free to. I'm just keeping myself silent for a few moments. Do you like to add any other soft skills which you feel that should be there? Otherwise, I'll elaborate few of them. I'll briefly elaborate. I'll not elaborate each and everything in details. If anybody wants to speak anything, I'm giving the time. Or any queries, any kind of comments. Otherwise, it seems like a very one-way process. That's why I'm just trying to request you. Okay, if nobody is sharing, I just like to tell you about each of these soft skills individually. And okay, so it is clear, Lalzai. Thank you for the information. So I'll talk about the first soft skill that I was mentioning is communication. And I think you have had a good session on communication, but I'll not read line by line maybe, but being an effective team leader, team member, team members effectively, if they're serving, means they eventually will become good team leaders. Team member starts and ends with communicating. It is crucial to be able to communicate openly and honestly about ideas, recommendations, and concerns with other team members. So, as a team player, good team player, we need to communicate properly. This is important. Sometimes there are certain situations where ये तो हमको बोला ही नहीं, उन्होंने हमको बोला ही नहीं, he never told me like this. But the question is, did you ask him? Did I ask something to other person? If there are some certain, suppose some things are not clear, we try to ask it, honestly share our ideas, and it should be clear and specific. And then if I tell someone that please get me a chair, and he gets a chair, oh no no not this chair, the chair should be having some arms. Then he gets confused again. So therefore, we have to be a little more specific about what we are communicating. Actually, it is just an important. It is just as important to be able to listen attentively and respond objectively with helpful feedback. So this is a part of the soft skill that I was talking about. Communication is very important, therefore crucial. We have to go on exercising and improving our communication better. The second soft skill that I was mentioning about is commitment. Another essential teamwork skill is the ability and desire to commit to a shared team goal. The ability and desire to commit to a shared team goal. Our goal is there for the team, and we have to definitely, share it, or we commit ourselves, our efforts to that. All other work skills are useless without a commitment to the teamwork. So this is sometimes very much important during even our student days. Whenever there is a teamwork required, we have to be focusing as a team. With this commitment to the team, members should be willing to take on any role necessary to accomplish the required tasks. Whether it is a leadership role or a subordinate role. We should not think that there is a leadership role or a subordinate role. Even good subordinates can be better leaders, I can tell you. With my own experience, I can tell you that many subordinates are actually running the show. Officially, designation is with someone, but there are some other subordinate people who are actually running the show better. So, because of the good leadership qualities, and one day that person will definitely shine again, or maybe outshine the actual leader, which is only designated as a leader. So, this is regarding commitment. Further, an effective teamwork skill is the ability to avoid hidden agendas at team meetings. This skill is apparent more often when members are committed and comfortable within the dynamics of the group. So there is a group dynamics, and there are certain hidden agendas because of our selfish nature. The human nature in each one of us is selfish by nature, and more or less we have to reduce as much as possible. We'll try to reduce that uh, selfish nature in us so that we can give a better commitment. Okay, so this is regarding the second one. The third one is a very crucial one, as I said, and it requires a little bit of exercise to improve this skill. The teamwork skill of effective, responsible decision making is crucial because most group conflict arise during the decision making process. Now, I can tell you about one small example. Decision making is even important in our own individual lives. Even while I'm driving, suppose I'm driving 100 kilometer per hour and I'm trying to overtake one vehicle, and I have to calculate properly with my own experience. The other vehicle, suppose another vehicle is coming from the opposite side, should I go or not go? And I'm sure it happens to each and every one of us who are driving, and most of you are riding or driving two-wheeler, four-wheelers, whatever. So decision making can be very crucial for our life. So therefore, in our teamwork also, it is similar to the serious nature. And many times the group conflicts, they arise because maybe wrong decisions were there, and therefore one or two members may can blame the other member that it is your decision. So there is no point of actually blaming someone after one decision has been taken as a team. one team, when some decision making is already taken, has to agree that whatever were the pros and cons of the team decision, we stick to it, and we try to actually be uh, responsible to it. Effective teams have members who can make decisions objectively after careful deliberation and debate. So, debate, logical debating, deliberations, or reasoning, or kind of say some kind of arguments, they have to be done before we finally decide certain things, some decision making processes. So this is very important. Therefore, decision making continued. The second slide for decision making, as I said, number 3. The major drawback of teamwork is the prevalence of the theory of diffusion of responsibility. Some people take bigger responsibilities, some people take less responsibility. This will be there as human nature. So diffusion of responsibilities, when a group makes a poor decision that most, if not all, the members wouldn't have made on their own. So we have to know that even if others are deciding for us as a team, and then we actually are not going to be supportive about it, it will be a mistake on our part. So therefore, this is one important thing that I just wanted to mention: the decision making, being able to think intelligently and rigorously through the situation before making an informed, objective decision is crucial to being a good group member. Okay, thinking intelligently, therefore, is important. Everyone is intelligent enough, smart enough, and rigorously. What will be the consequences of a decision has to be thought before really taking the decision. Therefore, decision making is one soft skill which is sometimes so crucial to our lives. The entire life, many a times, we may have to take the consequences of the decision. The fourth soft skill that I like to highlight is regarding delegation. I already mentioned in the 22 soft skills slide, the delegation. Each member of a team needs to understand their own responsibilities as well as each other's. So we have to know the kind of job roles of another person also, what he or she is expected to perform. So in that sense, we have to be careful about understanding the responsibilities of others. When a task comes up, it can then quickly be routed to the correct person to take care of it. We should be able to identify who is good at what and who can do the job more smartly. Therefore, delegation. Sometimes some people may not possess the delegation skills. Delegation skills mean entrusting someone else who can really perform the task better on your behalf. Teamwork can be slowed significantly when delegation of responsibility is not understood or properly utilized. Okay, so this is something. Therefore, we have to remember that responsibility needs to be delegated also many times, and if it is shared as a team, it can bring wonders. Number 5 is authority. One of the important parts of the foundation of a team is a hierarchy of authority. How the authority is being actually percolating down the line from the top to the bottom. Okay, so this is how actually the foundation of a team, you can say. The group manager is at the top, and there are sub managers assigned to each group within the team. Now, it is this terminology which I am trying to tell you is, it may not be that actually having one nameplate here that I am the group manager, but that assigned task will be like this. So the group manager is the one who is actually leading, and sub managers are performing within the team. In some cases, the hierarchy is an official or created and mapped out by the company, as I said, or an organization in which we are working. So we have to be therefore careful about how we are actually releasing our authority to someone so that they can perform their job better. In some cases, in other cases, it is hierarchy that is created through experience. Because of experience, some people were given. He has been one person may be doing this job from a long time. Therefore, he has created a lot of experiences, and he can do it much easier. So that can happen. So we may have to utilize that also. We have to consider that respectfully. The experience have to be definitely therefore respected, you know. And the last point is that staff knows who best can lead it and follows that lead to complete each assigned task. So authority in one organization, whenever you're working, the students who are attending here, I just like to request you to think about this word called authority. Whenever there is an authority passed on to some officer or an executive, that authority needs to be executed and also maybe delegated to some people. And then you have to utilize this authority for the right purpose. And in the police services or in the army, this authority sometimes is very much visible. Suppose the main head of the organization, head of an unit, he has to actually pass it on to the others, and then it will go percolate down the line to the grassroots level. So it so happens that in the police and army, it is more visible, or even in the company corporate sector, it is more visible because the managers are working in this line. But then, even in our government organizations, this is one important issue that we have to remember. Therefore, if there are any comments or any supplements, I'm open to any suggestions which are there. 6 is support. I'll not read line by line, but support. How we can support each other. Someone getting sick suddenly, and then you need some support. You have to replace someone's job. That has to be done. Nobody can do therefore everything as a kind of a robot. We are all human beings. Therefore, as team members, we may have to be sharing the responsibilities in a very uh, able manner. In a polite manner, we try to actually support each other, because that all teammates may not have a good day or bad day. Sometimes they may be having different kinds of individual personal problems also. So we need to sometimes support them in whatever way we can. Helping and guiding. As I said already, the most significant skills which required for teamwork is the willingness to help and guide other employees, helping other people, other clients also. So in our developmental sector, as agriculture, horticulture, or say light sectors, we need to be having this attitude of helping and guiding. And if you are helpful and guiding, you will see that you get better satisfaction and better pleasure when you actually help someone. So this is how we have to clear this, that this is one of the very important soft skill. Number 8 is persuading. Persuasion is also another essential and important skill that needs to be possessed for working in a team. So therefore, we have to see that we persuade the right persons to work in the right direction. Okay, if a team member does not agree with our decision, it is not right to take on a fight, but we have to persuade. The best and professional way is to explain him or her the benefits of our decision. And we need to be friendly at the same time professional while persuading team members. So the professionalism part has to be therefore kept at all the time. Participating and suggesting. If there are some meetings, we participate in an active manner, and we don't have to just argue over points, but we can try to reason it out. It is certain that for being a team member, we need to participate in team activities. Participation also relates to suggesting any points and plans that can be profitable for the team and project. So with participation and suggestions, we can use our set of skills in a good way. As mentioned earlier, team will produce more if all the members agree to participate in the decision making process. So we can't be silent observers in some meetings and then therefore see the fun of failure or success, but then we have to be the part and parcel of the whole process. Okay. So soft skills are all you can call in the management related issue. Yeah, overall we can call is the management related. Yeah, these are all management related. You can be better managers if you are having this soft skills. Definitely. Fariduda Lalzai, I thank you. I agree with you. And these are management related issues. Yes. Each and everything in our life, I think, many times you will see that there, many times there, um, the management related issues, self-management or organization management or team management, whatever. Listening, there is a time to talk and a time to listen. And the time to listen comes twice as often as the time to talk. So listening is another very important skill, as I say. We can often find ourselves so concerned about what we have to say that we never really hear what the person is saying. Instead of focusing on what they are trying to convey, we are thinking about what we are going to say next, in which time we have missed the entire point. So this is important, therefore, that you have told about the important thing. Okay. So I'm happy that Lalza, you have completed your BBA. I think so. There are students from Afghanistan, even in some agriculture university, with whom we are very close. And now, listening part, we have to be careful that we listen properly and very keenly. It's important, therefore. The So we go ahead to the 11th one, the sacrifice. Each team member has to evaluate what they are truly willing to sacrifice and then continue to be willing when time comes that they are asked to sacrifice it. So sacrifice, the sense of sacrifice has to be there, even in our life, in our personal lives, in our family lives. Within the family also, this is a good place where we can actually learn how we can polish our soft skills. Therefore, sacrifice is important. In our families, it is easier for us to sacrifice. Even suppose we can sacrifice our meals for someone, but then in a real workplace scenario, many times it is so difficult as human beings, as selfish human beings, to sacrifice actually. So, trying to just control our own selfish interest and trying to sacrifice is important. Therefore, it could be everything from time to resources to positions of power. The sacrifice is important. As I was mentioning about listening, many very high position people are poor listeners, and that shouldn't happen to any one of us here. Or there are some people who will not even sacrifice their positions of power. So we have to be therefore careful that whenever we are given some power, also we don't misuse it, but we sacrifice for the benefit of the people, greater section of the people. Sharing what one person knows may be the key to another person's problem. So we have to share. We have to share our information. We may have to share our knowledge, and this is the reason why we are studying maybe agriculture, horticulture, or anything, so that we can actually sacrifice our information, our technology, and we can share it. We have to be willing to share those keys even when it will make someone else look better. Many a times we may have to take that freedom that this will be better for you. You can give that feedback, of course, if it is sought to you. If someone doesn't seek that suggestion, don't give unnecessary suggestions to them. Okay. So there is another comment from our friend that some people are confused regarding hearing and listening. Here is just we do. Here is what just we hear. Listening, we can focus on specific. Yeah, that's what I have already mentioned. Listening is hearing with attention. Hearing with attention is listening. There is a difference between hearing and listening. Just now, I can hear some vehicles passing to my office, and there will be honking some horns. But I'm not listening to them. I'm listening to you all, if anybody wants to speak. So sharing is therefore important. Going ahead, language. What kind of language we use is important, therefore. It's not that we are going to speak fluently or grammatically correct sentences, but then we try to use the right kind of, words for indicating our intentions, our positive attitude, whatever we do. So, especially relating to our times, to our workplaces, many times the language has to be therefore very soft and polite, so that we can really don't hurt anybody. 14 is hard work or smart work. Team members have to be willing to work hard, but work smart. This is important. Working hard and working smart. There were some friends of mine who, before the exam, they will be not sleeping, and then whole night they'll be studying and then going right to the examination hall, which is not a good sign. But I used to at least never lose my sleep. Maybe I'll reduce my sleeping hours, but I'll never lose my sleep. And whatever happens is happening. So this is, I think, the difference between hard work and smart work. We have to manage. And then the person who didn't sleep for the whole night, I've seen that they are not scoring as much as the others who are doing in a more balanced manner. 15th is motivation. Now, motivation is a result of processes or internal or external to the individual that arouse enthusiasm and persistence to pursue a certain source of action. So, what is the greatest motivator? Can I ask anybody? If anybody would like to give me any comments, which is the greatest motivator? Please unmute yourself and speak. I'm in a training institution, so I always like to, share the views. Which is the greatest motivator in this world? We are having individual intrinsic motivation, internal motivation, and also external motivation. There are push factors and pull factors. So if you are not speaking, let me tell you that there is a formula. Motivation is equal to balance. That is, it varies from 0 to 1. Instrumentality and expenditure. I think I will not go into the intricacy of this, but money is one of the biggest motivator, I can tell you. And we have to be always therefore see that it can really be profitable to us. Okay. Okay. So Rajaji, thank you for self motivation. Srikanji has a self motivation is important. Yes. So if there are any questions or any clarifications, you are free to ask me. I'm there. I'm trying to actually come towards the end. Only 5-6 points more. Leadership, I think, is one of the biggest soft skill which we possess, which we can exhibit even from our school days, from our college days. A leader is identified from the college days. The boy his name is Ved Vijay Nair, who joined last week in the Indian Military Academy from our university. He exhibited leadership from his first year days. Whatever, suppose I used to ask in the classroom, who is going to help me in this? Who is going to help me in the LCD? Who will help me install my laptop? He is the one who will come first. So this is the way I think that leadership trait has already been executed, and one person showing more and more leadership will go on increasing more and more day by day. Okay, so this is how we have to be always therefore creating the leadership traits in us, polishing them, honing them. They call it honing, HONING, honing your leadership skill. A leader needs to be creative, inspiring, and motivating, as well as must have a good interpersonal skills, which has been, I think, already mentioned on the first day. 17 is conflict management. If you are actually breaking some conflict, you will be happy. Okay, so this is something which we have to be really careful about, conflict management. Okay, so we don't actually nurture conflicts between two members, which will affect ultimately the group. So this is important, therefore. Conflict arises when individuals or groups encounter goals with that both parties cannot obtain satisfactorily. So we have to definitely unite them together. And as it has been requested, the internal motivation that comes, self motivation is something which you need to really identify your priorities. Then it will be coming. What is my priority? What is actually expected from me? or another 10 years, after 10 years of my life, in 2032, what is expected from me? So that self-motivation can come. It is something which nobody else can put it to any one of us. Self-motivation is important. Therefore, that will also impact even conflict management. So this is this much about self-motivation that I mentioned here. I will not go on in details. Entrepreneurial skills, as I mentioned about one of the students, ex-students, who exhibited his entrepreneurial skills, and there are so many of them. I can tell you. There is one student who now she has gone for her away. She started one vermicompost production unit, and she has left it with her mother again because she has gone for her away program. Her name is Trishna Hajarika. She is famous. She supplied to few of her projects also, and in fact, she learned vermicompost not from the agriculture college. She is a BSc Agri fourth year now, but she learned it from the school level. Even in the school level, she learned vermicompost in one of the schools called Chandra Baba here, from one of our ex-student again, Samir Bodle. And then the whole village is now a vermi village. And she is one of the inmates of her involvement with. She had a desire to study agriculture, and eventually she got a seat here. Now she's going to graduate in a few months, as she's doing in her RAWE, Rural Agriculture Work Experience Program. So these entrepreneurial skills are very important. The enthusiasm to achieve, risk-taking abilities, endeavors, planning procedures, painstaking working abilities, endurance, time management, quality and resoluteness are some of the qualities to be inculcated to have quality teamwork. Now, entrepreneurial skills are not only for opening some entrepreneur an enterprise, but we need the entrepreneurial skills of being innovative, of taking risks, even in our workplaces. So we can do some jobs more smartly if we are actually having these entrepreneurial skills. And then 19th one is observation, as I mentioned. Observation, systematic viewing coupled with consideration of scene phenomena. Pauline V. Young, this is one extension psychologist who had written it's observation by the psychologists when they are trying to define it as systematic viewing, coupled with consideration of scene phenomena. Whatever phenomenon we are observing, we have to really draw some points. So it requires proper planning, noting down things during observation. So it is not just observing and coming because we will forget whatever we observe. We have to note it down, and then we note it down not only in a piece of paper but in our minds many times. I can tell you about few entrepreneurs here in Jorhat who had set up very good farms based on their agriculture training and all that. One of them is CK Udyog. He is producing honeybee boxes, which is supplied all over the northeast, to Arunachal Pradesh, to Manipur, to Mizoram, to Tripura, everywhere. And then this guy, he had attended a 7-day training, and today his turnover is 2 crores per month. Per year, 2 crores per month, year. Annual turnover is 2 crores. So he observed that I can make this box very easily, and then he started, instead of actually coming for, he came here to learn apiculture, honeybee rearing. But then eventually he actually ended up being a honeybee box manufacturer, and he has employed 75 people who are making boxes. They are carpenters and assistants who are making. So observation is very important soft skill that we have to always give. And as I was mentioning in the first few moments, that observation is a gift from God. We need to utilize them properly. Okay. So direct method of study basically involves collection of primary data, studies of cause and effect relationships. An overall basis of observation is curiosity. We need to have that curiosity. A child also has that curiosity, and even as adults, we have that curiosity, but many times we suppress it because we may look stupid in front of others. That curiosity we have to definitely keep. I've got a bad habit of whenever I go somewhere, I say, "What is this? What is that?" This is a. Sometimes my colleagues used to, the sir will ask each and everything. I say, "Yes, this is my habit. I can't help it." Someone said, "Curiosity can kill the cat." You know that the cats are the most curious creatures. The cats, whatever something is moving somewhere, they'll think that this is a mouse or mouse tail or something, and then they'll go and be curiously observing it. So this is how I think we have to definitely polish this soft skill of observation. Usually simple or non-control, control, participant and non-participant observations are done. We can definitely therefore be careful about it. We are coming towards the end. 20 is innovative. Introducing or using new ideas or methods, an innovative approach, solution to a problem in our own lives also. We may have some new ideas which we may utilize for use in our homes. You know, my son, whenever there is some plastic bottle, he will always turn it into a um, flower pot or maybe flower vase or something. He will never waste time because enough time. This he's a class 9 fellow. He will always convert it, and we having now many. Then I used to think that how much we are polluting our the earth, Mother Earth. So introducing or using new ideas and new designs. And innovative design is having a new idea about how something can be done in a creative and an innovative young, designer. As a young or innovative designer, young people are more innovative than the senior people many times. So we have to definitely keep that in us. 21 is initiative, the ability to see and do what is necessary without waiting for somebody to tell you. So this is definitely the initiative. Definitely everyone has to do it. We have to keep it. So I just like to uh, always request each and every student who is present here in this program that let's take some tips to improve teamwork. Don't let individuals get lost in the shuffle. Let each team member actively take part in the decision making process. All our soft skills can definitely therefore be only helpful only with that. Keep the balance of work equal. Keep your life balance, work and life balance equal. This is important in our life many times. Build a foundation of trust and mutual respect. I'm talking about teamwork also because these are some soft skills which we try to incorporate in our own teamworks. Maintain open lines of communication. Take a positive approach. Building a team environment in the workplace is very important. We try to do all this, find out the leaders. If you are the right leader, you'll entrust it to someone. It's like that. So I come to the last slide, but not to the last minute. So if there are any comments from anybody, any clarifications to make, any supplements to make, I can see Dr. Victoria Devi also here. I hope your program has started well. Maybe you can speak anything if you want. Or any student, anybody wants to ask, I'm available here.
We have unmuted all the participants. You can ask for any clarification or any doubts.
This is Faridullah Lalzai from Afghanistan. First of all, I will present my gratitude for the teacher and for the professor that he explained well, and it was very good and informative regarding soft skill importance. So, like one thing is that what's come more in the soft skill of individual work, like we are working for the groups as a team always involve group member, but what comes in the individual task in the group, like we can pretend that when we work in a team, are every individual important to the team or some specific position is important to the group?
Sir, you please unmute yourself first.
Yeah. Faridullah, you're very rightly said. You have asked a very pertinent question, but I just like to tell you about the nobody is more important or less important, but it is based on the person's contributions that you can really consider someone's role. So if there is a team leader who is assigned, he may be considered as a more important one, but then doesn't mean that it is his own personal property. The team is his own property, but it will be, everyone has to contribute therefore. Okay. So this is one
So
thing.
any more question?
Dave TP has said about body language. I left the explanation of body language purposefully because I think already you have talked about interpersonal skills. Okay, there was a session on interpersonal skills, no? So our each and every, I think, soft skill, many a times it is with the body language, it goes on in our own lives, in our own lifetime, whole day, from right from the morning when we are taking some help from some service provider till the end of the day. Even if while going for to the dining room and eating from the dining hall where we
Sorry,
are.
sir.
Yeah, please, Faizullah.
Sorry, sir, to interrupt. How many days will this workshop long and lasting? Sorry if this question is also not related with the presentation, but I have just the doubt that how many days this workshop will be lasting.
I think organizers need to answer this question.
Okay.
It will be till 12 February. It is an 8 days program, and today is the 4th day.
Yeah, we know that today is 4th day, and how many days left for lasting this
It
workshop?
will be till Saturday, till this Saturday, 12 February.
12 February will finish.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, some of the season is some of the season is missed from us due to our classes, official classes from the MBA classes with Central University of Punjab. So for that, it will be. We hope so that it will not mark as absent, or we will may get some other negative mark.
Let us discuss about this in our WhatsApp group. Okay. Right now, the speaker is waiting, so we can ask your other doubts. I will reply to your messages in the group. Is there any more question? Sir, there is a question from Biswajit Datta. Is there any relationship between management skill and soft skills?
Sorry, I didn't actually notice it. Just now I have seen it now. Definitely. So management skills are affected by our soft skills. This is for sure. You'll see that all the soft skills are almost management skills, managerial skills. And in order to manage better, definitely all the skills will be required. But then, as you have said, our managerial skills are mostly pertaining to planning, organizing, coordinating, reporting, budgeting, directing. All these are there. However, whenever we are directing, our this language comes, body language will come, and then planning also, decision making is another related one, soft skill. So all these are related skills. Soft skills are related to management skills, managerial skills. Vishwajit Datta, are you satisfied with my answer? You can unmute yourself and speak if you want. Okay, thank you. So he has said that he's satisfied. So managerial skills and soft skills are similar. Yeah. Okay, please go ahead, Dr. Victoria.
Okay, so the session is over, and I hope that all the participants had a very fruitful session. Once again, I thank you, sir. A word thanks is not enough for all the supports you have done in my life. I would like to say the participants and my colleagues here that sir was my teacher from my BSc days. What I am now today, some of are his contributions. He has involved me and guided me in my career. He was the one who had made me interested in taking up this extension line. Sir, what thanks is not enough. And not only during my studies, when I'm working as an assistant professor here, again, you are there to support me in all the programs and all. So I will ever remain indebted to you. And sir, from the organizing team and also from the dean of the college, a heartfelt thanks is being given to you for always being there in all the programs we have invited you. And then I hope that all the participants, the clarification is okay. So, sir, this is the end for today's session. You can.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Victoria. I think you have spoken a little bit more about me, but anyway, I'm very happy to see that there are so many participants. I thank the organizers. I especially convey my sincere thanks to Dr. B.N. Hazarika, a respected Dean of the college, and Dr. P. Raja also, who had initiated this program, and all the organizers. And each and every participant, I would like to thank you on my own personal behalf, on behalf of the CHF Pasigat, and also on behalf of Extension Education Institute. You please check our website also. Of those of you who are interested, you can attend our programs, online programs, without any hesitation. You can register. We issue an e-certificate to each and every person who completes 70% attendance. So this is the opportunity I took for advertising our programs. Once again, I hope that all of you stay healthy and happy, and wish you all the best in your professional lives in your future. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. And the participants, similarly, we will be having the session for tomorrow. So our speaker, you should not miss. He is an Indian Forest Service. As per the request of our students, I have invited him to guide how to crack any big interviews and interviews like Indian Forest Service, Indian Civil Service, and other agriculture research service and all. I hope that 80% of the participants are students, not only our students, other people from across the country. So don't miss to. So see you all tomorrow in the same time, 11 a.m. and we will be continuing 12:40. And for the attendance link, we will be sending in the this one WhatsApp group. And for any clarification regarding any clarification you want to make, you can post in the WhatsApp group. And please don't questions while unrelated questions while you are talking with the speaker. You please talk only on related with the topic. And regarding this session, we can chat in the WhatsApp group. Okay, thank you. Have a good day. Thank you all.
Thank you, Doctor.